Hello, everyone. How's it going? My name is Chris Gildart, and I'm joined with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Lord Sex Gravy. I'm not actually called that, I'm just called Sex Gravy. Pretty cringe name, I know, but we all have our things, don't we?
I was actually just thinking of how am I going to introduce you on the video, and I was like, I'm here with Gravy the Sex.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, actually. Oh my god, your characters are so slow, Chris.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we are going to be talking about Warriors Orochi 4 in this. I'm not sure how you want to start it.
Just usually when I do stuff like this, it's just whatever comes to mind. So,
Okay, so shall we start with general expectation of the announcement of the game? So, Takatoru Todo, he's not even... Sorry, he's a generic in this, I forgot about that. So, my expectation when they announced the game was, I was generally shocked. I didn't think they were going to announce it at all.
yeah, I was expecting Warriors AllStars to be the new crossover thing, and that Warriors Orochi was dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of where my
I
mind was
certainly-
going.
Yeah, I certainly thought that was going to be the same as well, and yeah, I didn't really think there was a place for the story to sort of carry on, but I'm quite surprised they have decided to do that.
Yeah, the fact that they're putting Greek gods in it, kind of, it's weird, but
Yeah,
I'll accept it.
yeah, loads of people have said, "Oh, what the hell am I Da Chiao?" But whatever. Yeah, loads of people said, "Oh, you can't keep remaking the stories with, Orochi being revived," which, I sort of understand, but then it's the same people that have said that Dynasty Warriors games are fine and they tell the same story over and over again, so...
You know what? If it was just literally, oh god, they want to bring back Orochi for like the umpteenth time, I wouldn't care. I play these games
Yeah.
because they're fun, they're mindless, they're
Yeah,
cathartic.
that's sort of
Like-
what I enjoy about the Warriors Orochi series a bit more than the others, because they're just...
They're just content. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just mindless fun, and loads of people say, "Oh, the Dynasty Wars and that have been too anime," but then, like, the games are just over the top anyway. I think it adds to the over the topness even.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying, they don't like the stylistic changes from Dynasty Warriors 6, 7, and 8. They prefer the classic that's a little bit more grounded, but I don't know. I grew up watching
Yeah.
some, like, the 90s anime where everything is over the top, and
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably my preference when it comes to sort of anime, just like really over the top shit. Like Akame ga Kill is one of my sort of guilty pleasures, as it were.
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, I think was the animation company the same for that. I think it probably was, but yeah. Just watched. Why is Nobunaga so slow? Sorry, I was. What was I saying? Can't remember. Yeah, everybody grew up on Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, so who are we to complain about these games being over the top? I mean, these
Yeah.
are games where you hit somebody once and 200... No, you swing your sword once and 200 people die. And people seem to think that's not over the top.
Like, it's just all for fun. It's a video game. They're not
Yeah.
trying to be, like, the next big... Well, they kind of tried with Dynasty Warriors 9 to be the next big Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah, don't get me started on that. There's something that appeared on my Facebook the other day. Not Facebook, sorry, YouTube. And it was from Koei, the Japanese side of the company. and they released 3 videos, and they were all VR ones, and that sort of confirmed to me that they're just sort of trying to cash in on the latest trends.
Well, maybe what they should be doing is cashing in on the latest anime and making Warriors spin-off games that way.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
Maybe.
a My Hero Academia Warriors game?
That would be pretty funny, although there is My Hero Academia One Man's Justice, I think it's called. And then there's a Kill the Kill game coming out as well, so... Oh, Treasure Chest has eliminated enemies in the area. Interesting. Have you tried to make Jahudun look like Yukimura in this or something? In Samurai Wars 3.
Where are you, Shahadun?
I'm here.
Oh, he's green on my screen.
What the hell? What? No, on mine he's like red and white, whatever.
Oh, that's his
back to the topic
Dynasty
at
Warriors
hand.
7 alternate color.
Yeah, probably.
I forget what I did.
We were talking
but I
about
think
crossovers, weren't we?
I think I palette swapped all of their alternate costumes so that like all of Wei is green, all of Shu is red. Oh, Nobunaga's dead.
Why would you do that? No, he's still alive on my screen.
Oh, he's dead. I was playing as him and died.
Okay. Yeah, so what were we going to say?
Well, I was actually going to bring up the crossover characters because that was one of the big things I really liked about Warriors Orochi 3. It was like Ryu, Ayane, Kasumi. I really was like, what? They brought Achilles in? What?
Yeah, that
'Cause-
was a bit of a weird one for me when they brought them in. I'm honestly surprised
I
a character like
loved
Joan
it.
of Arc made it in.
Sorry?
Sorry?
What did you say?
I said I'm surprised that a character like Joan of Arc made it in.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I didn't like was that there's nobody to counteract them. Like, Paris isn't here to counteract Achilles.
Yeah.
What's his face? The Black Prince of England
William.
isn't in
How
here.
dare you? And it was not letting me swap from Joan of Arc for some reason.
And
Maybe I'm...
who else doesn't have... Nemea doesn't have anybody to counteract him. And
Yeah.
even when they put this out, Nemea wasn't the main character of the latest Zilol game.
No. No, I think he was probably just one of the more recognisable ones though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the original. I think he was the main character in the original game.
Yeah.
And then they changed it up with Arius. Oh, and I forget the other two characters.
I never played those games, so I wouldn't know.
Trinity is not too bad, but it gets pretty boring and grindy.
Yeah. A bit like these games sometimes.
Yeah. But it kind of plays a little similar to a Warriors game. Where you have like...
Yeah.
But you map your different moves to square, triangle, and circle. So you can put like a normal attack on square and a heavier attack
Yeah.
on triangle and a magic attack on circle, and there you've got your character plays like a Warriors game.
Right.
But it's like a action dungeon crawler RPG.
Yeah. Right, I think we should sort of get back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
So,
I was very disappointed
talking about the
that-
omission of crossover characters.
I
And-
just I was very disappointed when they said that there was going to be no more crossover characters, because
Yeah.
like that's a lot of the characters that I play as.
Yeah. For me, I don't really play as any of them other than Momoji, and I don't even think she's, particularly that good in this game. Annoyingly, but I can sort of see why they've done it, but it is a massive it's a massive hit to this series in a way.
Yeah, I think what I heard is that Warriors Orochi and Warriors AllStars are going to be two separate game series, where Warriors AllStars is going to be that crossover opportunity.
Yeah.
For almost like their Smash Bros.
Yeah, if there is another, Warriors AllStars, I mean, I don't think the fan base of Warriors games particularly liked it.
No, I still haven't beat it all the way through in the story. I didn't even buy the Western version. I just bought the Japanese version, reviewed it, and then I was like, I'm not buying it again. Yeah, I played one story, 1.5 maybe.
Wow.
I was like,
yeah,
I'll still be able to start it up and have fun, but I won't start it up with the intention of, I'm gonna beat a story. It's like, I want to play as William in a Warriors game, or what's the girl from what's
Sophie?
No, Knights of Azure.
Oh, Arnis. Arnis?
Yeah, Arnis. I started up with the intention of, I'm going to play as a specific character, and this is the only game that I can play them as in a Warriors setting.
Yeah, I think the thing that killed it for me was no free mode doesn't let you just play as any character. Well, there isn't a free mode, is there?
Yeah.
I think that was...
There's really no reason to replay that game.
No. Yeah, certainly for me, I wasn't particularly impressed with it. Oh, we've already... Should we exit this map and go to the new one?
Sure.
Okay.
You're down by the...
nearly there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nearly here. So... Yeah, so the mission was apparently for... to increase the bonds between the Samurai Warriors characters and Dynasty Warriors characters, but to be honest, I don't really see them being able to provide that much bonds between that many characters. We're on 140 characters.
Yeah.
And you've died already, apparently.
Oh. Good.
Yeah, literally spawned and died. I have no idea what's going on here. But yeah. So we'll see. From what they've seen shown in screenshots, I believe it's going to be Kai's going to have a relationship with Guanyin Ping and Zhong Hui and Hisahide.
Yeah, I
don't
know. I don't play Warriors games for the character bonding.
No, neither do I.
This isn't a Persona game, it's a Warriors game. It's
exactly.
Just mindless fun.
Apparently the writer for Warriors Orochi 4 is the one that did Suikoden, which I only know from the, what do you want to call it? The Final Fantasy House is a linked thing to that. So that's the only way I know that series. But apparently people thought it was good enough to base their lives on. So, yeah, we'll see. So regarding story, how do you think it's going to be? If it's going to be like Warriors Orochi 1 and 2 or Warriors Orochi 3?
I really don't know. I don't know how Zeus and the Greek gods are going to come in. Are they going to be the bad guys? Is Zeus wanting to prove himself to the mightiest warriors, or?
I think, from what has been implied so far, Zeus is the one that brings everything in to play. So he's kind of an antagonist in a way, I believe.
Mm.
Whether or not that's going to be true, I don't know.
Yeah, they could it could be Orochi is back and Zeus is bringing the strongest warriors together so that they can take him down.
Maybe.
Making Zeus a good guy.
Yeah, the Mystics are apparently the ones that remember everything from the previous games, and the Dynasty Warriors cast don't remember anything.
I haven't really
So-
looked too much into the story. Again, I don't play these games for the story, so
Yeah,
it's never been something that I've been thinking about.
Oh, I'm gonna drop a bombshell later, so don't you worry. In terms of gameplay, and I will tell you when. So, for me, for the story, I would like to see it be kind of like the first two games, and sort of a bit like Warriors All-Stars in a way. I would like, well, this is only rumoured, but of the three remaining characters, they're not actually going to be Greek gods. They're going to be like Norse gods or something.
Oh.
Well, maybe not all three, but it's been rumoured. So I'm hoping they have like different factions in a way. So like Orochi has his guys, so he'll have like Masamune and Hisahide and Keiji. Well, that that would be kind of boring to have them all on the same side normally. But I hope sort of Orochi has his own little faction. Some of the Mystics have their own faction. Zeus has his own, and then the last three new characters have their own, and then you fight different people. That'd be kind of cool.
Like, they have Odin, Thor, and Loki.
Yeah, just for example, yeah. I'm not sure what you'd think about that if they.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, there's definitely I don't know. There's no real feeling of conflict. It's just, these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, and it's so
Yeah.
black and white.
And I just died in one hit. Yeah. It would be nice to see them change things up a bit. I mean, with these games, it's literally all fighting Orochi's forces, and then you get to I'm trying to think, was it chapter 7, and then you finally fight the Mystics, and that's like,
Yeah, it's formulaic. That's what it feels like.
yeah.
Like, there's
No
no
yeah, I
consequence
think
to
that will always
anything.
be something for the Warriors games to they're gonna have to need to improve on. The writing isn't particularly great.
Well, the thing is, like, with the Dynasty Warriors series, especially in Dynasty Warriors 9, there was a lot more opportunity to see that not everybody's right or wrong. It's
Yeah.
like, they did a good job with the writing in Dynasty Warriors 9. It's just that the execution of it kind of fell flat because it was just
Yeah. Yeah, the voice acting and
the
well, yeah, everything about the presentation was bad.
the terrible Sonic 06-esque, like, limb flailing talking animations.
I'd even say Sonic 06 actually has better production values. It at least Sonic 06 doesn't have the pretense of don't even know where I was going to go with that. Sonic 06 doesn't try to hide the fact that it did some rubbish decisions, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, so as long as they don't do all of the story with those stupid fucking still pictures and then the voices below
Yeah.
and stuff.
I don't know why
that's
a
what
lot of Japanese
ticks me off
games
with-
do that.
Yeah, that sort of ticked me off with Warriors All-Stars. I mean, you have the lowest cast of a Warriors game ever, and you still pick like the laziest method of telling a story.
Like, the Warriors games, the outfits are so fancy and ornate and so flashy. The weapons have become so flashy. The gameplay has become so out of, like, I can't think of the word, but it's just so out there. And then you have this bland way of telling your story that I hope they include a lot more cutscenes and stuff in future games.
Yeah, certainly. Here's the thing with Koei though, they want to, they really do love cutting corners. Sorry, I sort of skipped to the end there, didn't I?
That's okay.
Which sort of brings me on to, this is something I was going to mention earlier with the general reaction to the game being released. I can't say I'm that excited for the game, must admit, because it's going to be the 6th time that both Dynasty Warriors 8 and Samurai Warriors 4 have been used again for Warriors games.
Yeah, and we don't get any of the characters from 9, which I understand, but
Yeah,
they
I
could have
understand
just
that.
thrown them in there.
And the characters from Spirit Sanada aren't in, which really weird.
Yeah, I was super pissed at that. Like,
I
you
saw that and I was
literally
like,
have the assets. They work in the engine. Why would
Yeah.
you not include them? I can somewhat
Yeah.
understand Dynasty Warriors 9 characters because they're a different combat engine.
yeah. Although, with all the new characters had, well, quite a lot of them had the new weapons that were introduced, and you could literally just rip some of the animations from that and then just make the charge system from that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting them to do it, and fair play that they haven't done it. Well, I say fair play, I mean I'm not too bothered with them not having them in.
No, neither am I. Like, there was no characters added in 9 that I was like, oh, these guys have to be included in everything, except Yuan Shu and
Yeah.
Hua Xiong. Those were the only 2 characters I was like, finally, these characters get added.
Yeah. One of the only characters I liked was Shin Shong Yang, but then the reason why I like her is because they had so much potential to what they could have done with her, but then they didn't do it.
I enjoyed
So
her personality
Tom.
and moveset, but I just did not find her useful to the story.
No, that was the whole thing. I think the only characters that were of any sort of value to the story was Chung Pu, and that was it. The rest were pretty terrible, if I must say. Actually,
Yeah,
no, some of the way ads
I
were
think
alright.
as far as adding characters for if they do a Dynasty Warriors 10, they need to really flesh out the other factions.
Yeah, I've always
Like, we need characters like Gong Sun Zan, the other brothers of the Yellow Turbans.
Yeah, I'd say. We're getting a bit derailed here, but I'd say
yeah.
add Zhang Liang and Zhang Bao, Gonsun Sang, and maybe even his son, just so they have somebody to interact with.
Even
Dong Zhuo, you
Hejin.
could have. Sorry?
Hejin.
Yeah, Heijin. For Yuan Shu, you could have Jiling, because that's like his main warrior, isn't it?
Oh, Yan Liang and Wen Chou.
Yeah. Which is the son married to Senji? You have Yuan Shi. That's the
Sorry?
one, isn't it? Yuan Shi, is that the one married to Shenji?
Think so?
Yeah. Have him. This is probably being a bit optimistic, this many characters, but Li Shui is probably another one you could have.
And adding more Nanman, like King Wutugu.
Yeah, I wouldn't say go too thorough with them, because they only have one... what am I trying to say? They only have like one major battle though, don't they? So... Mind you, the Yellow Turbans
I
do
don't
as
know.
well. But it depends how they do the story, really, so...
Yeah, because
If they
like...
do it like Dynasty Warriors 4, then you could add as many characters as you want for any faction.
Yeah.
Right, back to the topic at hand, which I can't remember what we were even talking about.
We were originally talking about
Oh yeah, Dynasty Warriors 9 characters not being in.
and
Wasn't it?
Spirit of Sanada. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
So
I don't know. Spirit of Sanada, those characters could definitely be in it. Like,
yeah,
there's no excuse to not include those.
it's very, very strange. I wonder what their excuse is. Oh, we have too many characters. Like, okay. So yeah, I'm honestly quite disappointed they're not in, especially characters like Cha-Cha, because you know you'd have the that would kind of change the dynamic of Yukimura, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know. I really liked Sasuke, like as a character,
Yeah, I thought it was quite cool.
and Masayuki's weapon was really good. I really liked
Yeah.
his moveset.
Other than the attack where he throws the bombs, that's really bad.
Mm.
That's probably about his only bad one. What
But
else?
for a company that's so well known for reusing assets, to not reuse assets.
Yeah, I know. We always complain that they reuse assets, and the one time they don't, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, what are you doing? Yeah, so that's one thing that gets me. But regarding the characters that that are already in, I'm honestly wondering what they're going to do with the characters that use the old system, like Noir and Yoshitsune. So, do you think they'll give them hyper attacks, or they'll just change their movesets, or do you think they'll just leave them alone?
I think they'll just leave them alone. What would be smart is to do what they did with Warriors AllStars and just have the hyper attack be like 4 attacks. Because the
Yeah.
hyper attacks are just overpowered.
Yeah, it's going to be
And-
pretty weird.
Even though I use the hell out of them, I don't like them. I find that they make the combat very boring because you're just swinging your sword. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
well,
it
I would
loses that
forgive it in a game like
stylishness.
forgive it in a game like this, because they, well, in this game it seems to have like the highest troop count of
Mm.
any sort of games. The Warriors games. I mean, the nickname for these, well, sorry, the nick term, whatever you want to call it, the meme term for these games is lawnmower simulators, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, hyper attacks are confirmed to be returning, but we don't know to what capacity, if it's like just triangle string or what.
I just hope that they're balanced. Because
Yeah,
if they're in the game, I'm not going to use anything else. And then I'm just not going to use the Samurai Warriors characters because I just don't like the hyper attacks that much.
yeah.
But as far as
It'd
the
be
characters,
pretty weird if they. Sorry.
as far as the characters, like the other characters that use that style of, or that combo string, I don't think they're going to give them hyper attacks. I feel like they'll just keep them the way they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be.
I'll be surprised
interesting.
if they add hyper attacks to those characters, because that's one thing they're not known for doing, is going that extra distance.
Yeah. Although in this game characters like Noir her Musou did actually change to fit in, didn't it? She has a Dynasty Warriors style Musou.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's one thing I'm sort of wondering about. Although they are going the extra mile with changing every single character's R1 attack.
True.
I say that, I reckon some of them will be shared. Because they said there's only certain amount of sacred treasure types.
Yeah. And is it that only certain characters turn into like this god form?
Yeah, deity, which... well, on August 5th they're doing a live stream with gameplay of that, so wondering if they will actually have different movesets. I'm going on about that. I'm pretty disappointed they've gone back to the whole Zhao Yun and Yukimura are the ones that do everything, which is sort of why I liked this game. They're not the central characters. They picked
Yeah,
three.
I liked the... Who was it? Sima Zhao,
Ma Chao
and...
Hanbei.
Yes.
I quite like that.
It led to a different atmosphere in the story.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just for honor. It was like Sima Zhao was very laid back, and so was Hanbei and Ma Chao.
Yeah, and then Ma Chao
wasn't.
has the whole thing about, oh, I want to kill Cao Cao instead of letting him help us and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, like, kind of cool.
Just having that
But
different dynamic was
Yeah.
interesting.
I should mention that the director for Warriors Orochi 4 is the same one as Warriors AllStars.
Hmm?
So the producer or director or whatever for Warriors Orochi 4 is the same one that did Warriors AllStars.
Interesting.
So his design changes and stuff are going to be similar to Warriors AllStars as opposed to the previous games, probably. Because the producer for the first 3 Warriors Orochi games are the Dynasty Warriors director or producer.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Yeah, you really won't know anything until you get your hands on it. You can just
Yeah.
speculate, you can make educated guesses from how the company has acted previously, but you won't know.
Oh yeah, but I'm certainly going to take most things with a pinch of salt after the sort of latest games they've produced.
Yeah, well, I didn't like Dynasty Warriors 9, but I still had a little bit of fun with it while I was playing.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that. I had fun for about the first hour and a bit, and sort of trying out some of the new moves is quite fun.
I didn't like
And
the
that's probably
combat
about it.
system of Dynasty Warriors 9.
No, I didn't either. I hate
And
it.
even like the move sets, I didn't like those either. I thought
No,
they
the
didn't
wacky
match the characters.
Yeah, the floppy cock sword was pretty bad. Although I did actually stick with it enough to complete Zhang Qinua's story.
I mostly didn't like the move sets because I felt the Padao or Podao, however it's pronounced,
Yeah.
just Shahodun's weapon. His moveset did not seem like Shahodun's.
No, and Sun Jian just felt awful as well.
Yeah.
It was pretty disappointing in most aspects.
But I'm glad they're going back to Dynasty Warriors 8, at least for the sake of the combat system for Warriors
Yeah.
Orochi 4.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they would change 140 characters for some weird new combat system.
Yeah.
It's weird, they couldn't... they didn't want to make everyone a unique in Dynasty Warriors 9, but yet they'll do 140 new attacks in Warriors Orochi 4. That's what I don't get. So either they have money somewhere or they don't. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, when I found out that there were going to be clones, I was like, well, I can forgive it because they're coming up with a new combat system, they're trying to do open world, they're trying a whole lot of different things, and so cutting the number of moves in half would at least give them time to put their efforts towards other things, and they didn't put it towards the right things.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but I honestly don't agree with that. I mean, if they want to reinvent the series as something, amazing, they should fully commit. I don't think it's a very wise decision to do that, and to be honest,
No.
they alienated more of the fan base than they sort of needed to.
Yeah, if they kept the same movesets from Dynasty Warriors 8, I would have probably enjoyed the game much more than I did.
Yeah. What I'll always say is they needed to expand on the old system, not completely bin it.
Yeah, because what they had worked. Moving to the
Yeah.
Renbu system in Dynasty Warriors 6 sucked. I hated the Renbu system.
Yeah. Although
Um,
one thing I will forgive Dynasty Warriors 6 for is all the moves are mocapped. So they actually got
Though
a
it doesn't
martial artist in
necessarily
to do...
feel that way.
No. I mean, some of the moves obviously aren't realistic. You know, like Lubu's moveset, when he throws it.
Yeah, but like it doesn't feel like they're mocapped. Like some of the
No.
movesets that are in Dynasty Warriors 8 feel more mocapped than
There's more fluidity
6.
to it, isn't
Yeah.
there? I just think Dynasty Warriors 6 is a bit janky for it to make the most use of having, you know, mocapped animations and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know, there's just a feeling about that game that just feels awful.
Yeah. The only thing I really enjoyed about Dynasty Warriors 6 was the design. I felt like it became more of an art than just this character has armor on, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I'll say about Dynasty Warriors 6 is the character stories are the best they've sort of ever done in terms of how the characters grow and the presentation, because it uses more cutscenes. I don't know, it just makes them feel a bit more sort of relatable in a way,
Yeah.
rather than you know Dynasty Warriors 5 just having the face there. Oh my God, Jian Wei's dead now. Now I have to protect Coco by myself. Not my Sushu impression. Well, I should have done an impression of him, but I can't be bothered.
I just hope they do more cinematics, because cinematics in the Warriors universe it's just a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm a dying.
Right,
We
should we
Let's end
retreat?
this.
That I was just awful. No shit. Right. So I'm pretty sure we got a few more things to talk about.
Yeah. I've got
Um,
a load of things I could talk about Warriors Orochi for, because there's just so much that's out in the air that hasn't been confirmed. Like,
yeah.
is there going to be free mode?
I believe it's been confirmed.
Okay.
Right, shall I host this time?
Sure.
Right, who do you want to play as?
Anybody that's not shit.
So shall I pick Shahudun?
Sure.
Right, I'll give you another character free of charge.
Who do I want?
I know it's difficult when there's like 120 characters in there.
Human Neja?
Okie dokie. Yeah, I just need to sort of give him, get him up to level 100.
Sure.
If I could actually find him. There it is. And we'll have her, because she's amazing. Right, so, what are some of the things you wanted to talk about in regards to...
If the other characters that haven't been revealed are still going to be Greek gods, who would you want?
Ooh, that's hard to say, because the so far it's been I'm trying to think who it is now. Zeus and Artemis, isn't it?
What's her name?
We should have really done some research into this, guys, shouldn't we?
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it's Artemis, and she uses a mirror.
Is it Artemis? I thought it was his wife.
No. I think so. People are going to be watching this and like, these two are actually fucking retarded, aren't they?
And you call yourself a fan?
Yeah, I'm not a real fan. I haven't bought any of the games.
Yeah, the
So,
backdrop of my videos is just blue screened. You see me in front of that Koei Tecmo collection, it's literally just blue screen.
Yeah, and I don't have a 2-hour video where I show off my collection.
Did you send me an invite or?
No, I'm doing it now. I'm just trying to
okay.
find a decent Battlefield.
Personally, I'd like to see Hades.
Yeah, it's the god of death. Yeah.
Achilles, and maybe Hercules.
He's not a god though, is he?
Achilles or Hercules?
Oh, Achilles isn't. Hercules is a demigod, though, isn't he? Hang on, what?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea. I'll begin on play, accepting only players you have invited. How do I fucking
Yeah, it loads
invite
up.
players then?
It takes a while.
Ah.
It's a bit slow, forgive it.
Yeah, I know it is, isn't it? So
There it is.
actually, going back to the whole faction thing. Sorry, Kyubi or Tamamo no Mai could have another faction, couldn't she?
Yeah. I think that would be really interesting to have that dynamic, and then you could have similar to Warriors Orochi 2 where excuse me. You actually pick your faction and go through their story.
Yeah. So yes, I've got a very interesting team here. Although some of the weapons I've picked for them aren't particularly great. Unfortunately.
That's okay. I don't play this game to be good.
Oh yeah, if you're in trouble, just play as Noir and then spam her R1 and then... yeah, and then you should just not die.
Cool. I still need to get her prepped to be able to do that. I haven't been playing it much as Nuwa. In my file anyways.
Yeah, she's one of the better characters in this game, so always pick her, and her design's pretty on point, so at least in my opinion anyway. So some other things I want to talk about. Gauntlet mode, do you think that will make a return? Bearing in mind, here's the bombshell, there's a season pass already announced, and it says in the season pass one new gameplay mode. So that's my question. Do you think it will be the DLC mode, or do you think that'll be something else?
I don't know, because, like, I honestly haven't heard many people talking about Gauntlet mode, even when Warriors Orochi 3 first came out. Not much talk about Gauntlet mode happened, so is it that popular of a mode to bring back?
Yeah, that's my thoughts, I'd say. As much as I like this mode, I don't really see that many people, making videos on it, talking about it. But then, mind you, I don't really see anybody talking about this game. Because, I mean, this is the the fourth time they've re-released this game. No, sorry, fourth version of this game, but the third time they've re-released it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People still say that this is the best Warriors game. Which I'd
agree. In terms of content, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, or whatever.
Yeah. I've definitely played more Dynasty Warriors 8 than I have Warriors Orochi 3, but this is still the funnest time that I've had.
Yeah. Yeah, I've put in like 500 hours in this game, I think.
Yeah,
and
I've
still
got
haven't got
other
the platinum.
games that I have to play, and
Yeah, so for me, I think it will be. No, I'm trying to think. Really mincing my words here. I think the gameplay mode will be Gauntlet mode in the DLC, but I think it will get sort of a major overhaul. This mode is pretty bare bones in it. You literally go around, kill enemies, and get the things off the floor. I like to see things where, like, I'm trying to think. You have like super powered bosses that defend gateways and stuff, but like make it a bit more like an RPG and stuff.
yeah, like have some randomly decided quests that appear as you're trying to find
Yeah.
the gate or whatever.
So
I don't know.
I'm gonna release some spoilers for some other games. So if people don't want spoilers for Danganronpa 3, don't stop listening now. So in
I haven't
Danganronpa
even
3,
played
which is obviously
any of those games.
haven't you? So basically they're like visual novels, but
Yeah.
at the end of number 3, you unlock a new mode, which is actually an RPG, which is like the weirdest addition of a mode I've ever seen in a game. Like, because it's a visual novel, and they just
Yeah.
give you like this weird RPG mode, and it's like, pretty fucking weird. But yeah, I'd like to see sort of something like that, sort of change the dynamic of the game. They have the ability to do it, but I think, to be honest, that Koei are a bit intellectually bankrupt, if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, with even Persona 4 Arena, the second version of the game, Ultimax, they have a mode where it's a bit like an RPG, and you, like, every fight you win, you get to increase your strength and you unlock new moves and stuff. Like, that's quite, interesting to me. I like to see them sort of, change it up a bit.
You know what I think would be cool? Add the weapon swapping, so that you can go in with Lubu carrying Tombogiri.
What, and actually have Tadagatsu's moves?
Yeah. Because like they have like the weird,
The big star weapons.
yeah, but you
Hmm.
still keep that character's original moveset.
Yeah, but the thing with that is, like, that completely removes the point of having the characters playable in the first place then, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'd have to remove like the character swapping and only keep the weapon swapping.
Yeah.
If you were to do that, you couldn't have both. That would be redundant.
Yeah, but then the only thing would be, like, the Masos are different for Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is, yes. Which apparently this time they have actually changed it so it's Maso bars, not just one unified thing. So you actually get 3 Maso bars, and the divine instruments have their own little gauge that replenishes over time. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally just mumbling now, aren't we?
Pretty much. Like we did no research leading up to this. We were just like, hey, let's make a video. Okay.
Yeah.
Record. Which is essentially
I mean,
what I do with like my show Discussed It. I just hit record and I just blubber about,
ramble.
but I usually edit it afterwards and put it over top of some gameplay footage so that it seems like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I honestly don't.
That's pretty funny.
I might like do a little bit of research and bring up like a point form thing, take some point form notes so that I can at least stay on topic, because I tend to ramble off. ADHD has that effect on people.
Yeah. I was going to write down bullet points for this, like, what we should discuss, and then I can't see in the dark, surprisingly.
Oh yeah.
'Cause it is what
I
time
also
is it?
have
Like,
that affliction.
One thing I'm actually looking forward to is alternate costumes for Samurai Warriors characters, because despite Samurai Warriors 4 being on its 6th version, including this game, we didn't actually get any previous game costumes other than the Samurai Warriors ones.
Yeah, I was very disappointed about that, because I still think that Samurai Warriors 3 had some of the best character designs, and we never got to see them in HD in the West, unless you import Samurai Warriors 3, and Warriors Orochi 3, even on the PS4, still looks like a PS3 game. So
yeah, I mean, I think that was the thing, wasn't it? Because it was developed with PS3 in mind straight away, and then they just sort of were like, oh, we need to upscale it and stuff, and that's all they.
Yeah,
that's
I think
the
they
only difference,
did,
really.
I think they changed the textures for the environment a little bit, because I think the ground looks a little bit better than.
And the lighting is different as well, and I think that's some of the only improvements to the game. Not that I have anything wrong with it. I mean,
Oh no!
it's still all right to look at. Mind
Yeah.
you, the Eiffel Tower's all right to look at, but you don't have sex with that, so.
I mean, you're not trying hard enough.
No. Oh, what is going on here? Also, I should have changed my.
Oh shoot! I hit L2 instead of L1.
Have you literally just been playing Jahudun all the whole time?
Maybe. I don't know why he's been my favorite character. Like, I didn't even play a vanilla Dynasty Warriors as my first Warriors game. It was Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, so I had the other characters to play as, but
All right.
Shahudun has just always been my favorite character.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the first Wei character I played as, so I'm not sure what that says.
Oh, if I can, he's the first character I always play as. Just like in Pokemon, I always pick the fire starter. Like,
Ah.
I have my routines.
Yeah.
Found the portal. Did you want
What
to
the
end,
fuck
or
is the point in that attack? So I'm just playing as Kyuubi and used her air R1 and it just did nothing. Well, I mean, it's supposed to do something, but I don't know what it does.
Yeah, there's some moves that are like that in this game where there's no point in them.
Yeah, pretty much.
But what else can we talk about for Warriors Orochi
Oh,
4?
that's another thing I want to talk about. Character types.
Yes.
Do you think they'll be returning, or if they'll add a new one or remove one, or change what they do?
I feel like they'll definitely be in there, but I don't know if they'll just keep them the same, if they'll add a new one, if they'll just completely change them. They could just completely change them.
Yeah, they changed technique from, 2 to 3, didn't they? And then added Wonder,
Yeah.
which at the end of the day, most of the differences in them don't really change the gameplay that much. I mean,
No.
I forgot Kyuubi was Wonder and you could do spirit charges.
Like, I found the character types to have more significance in older Warriors games, or Orochi
Yeah.
games, like Warriors Orochi 1 and 2. But in 3, like, the characters just play as they would normally in like their respective games,
Yeah.
with some extra special abilities. That's about it.
Yeah, in vanilla, Warriors Orochi 3 certainly. And then in this, obviously they added a R1 attack for everybody. Well, another R1 attack for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
the character types will stay, because it's something that has always been a constant with Warriors Orochi games.
yeah, I'm kind of hoping they'll stay, but I think speed characters need a bit of a buff. I mean, they got a shorthand. All you can do is your air dash, and power type characters need something else as well, I think.
Yeah. What they could do is, if they decide to go with the factions, they could have each faction.
Also, if you're part of a certain faction, you get a certain ability.
Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting.
And then when you're playing through the different factions, they kind of have that little difference.
Yeah, call it like a blessing or something. Like your blessing of Zeus, you get this and that and something. That'd be kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, and that way, each playthrough has that little bit of difference in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Kind of cool.
Because that's been like my major criticism of Warriors games, is like each playthrough is pretty much the same. The only difference is, like, if your level design is good enough and your character design is good enough, then it won't feel quite as stagnant.
Yeah. I think that's why I enjoy Dynasty Warriors 4 a bit more, because you could choose to miss out stages.
Yeah,
and
it was kind of a tell your own story kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's why people sort of prefer the Empires games in a way. You know, I wouldn't be totally opposed to the whole faction thing for the story, and then having it in Dynasty Warriors 4 style.
Yeah, I think that would be the most ideal situation.
Yeah, one man can dream. Well, I'm rather impressed that the game hasn't actually skipped out on making an error for the online.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good to keep up a connection, unlike with Samurai Warriors 4.
Which almost gave up the ghost almost straight away, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, just trying to kill these bastards.
Do you think they'll have little Easter eggs to some of their other games in Warriors Orochi 4, or do you think they're going to keep that with Warriors AllStars? Because some of the big star weapons in this game are from games that aren't represented in Warriors Orochi.
Represented in this game. Yeah, so I'm going to say yes, but I don't think it will be to such a massive degree.
Yeah, it'll probably be fairly insignificant.
Yeah, I reckon they'll probably have things like big star weapons and like weapon skins from previous games and games that aren't represented. Like, I reckon the True Dragon Sword will probably be like a skin for Musashi's swords or something. One thing I've noticed about Warriors games before they release, though, one thing that's never talked about is the sort of weapon upgrade system and how like weapon attributes and all that work. They're never mentioned.
Yeah, they don't really seem to care much about the weapons.
Yeah, because that's kind of in my world, that's kind of a big thing, because for this game I think they got quite a lot of the abilities like balanced really well, as opposed to Dynasty Warriors 8, which is pretty imbalanced.
Yeah, I don't think about the attributes in Dynasty Warriors 8, but in Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, I think this was the one that I actually was like, okay, I need to make sure that this weapon has this these attributes, and this character is going to have these attributes because they would work better with their special abilities. Like, it became part of the... feel weird using this word with Dynasty Warriors, but it became part of the meta.
Yeah. Yeah, with sort of Dynasty Warriors 8, I think there is a guide on how to play Ultimate on with every character, and there's 2 builds. So there's like an elemental one, which basically you just put all the really overpowered things on it, like Flash and I'm trying to think, Flash, Thunder, Slash, and something else, and you can basically just one-shot anybody. And then the other build is like a Maso build, which you one-shot anybody with a Maso. And as far as I see it, that's like the only way to play that game. It just feels like it's difficult to just sort of pick up a weapon and play that game, at least for me now.
Yeah.
Unless I make like a fresh save or something. And get one of those pens from Men in Black and sort of raise my memory.
Do you think they'll make any changes to the attributes in their weapons? I mean, I imagine they will, because they change every single game. No one game is truly the same with their weapon system.
Well, I don't know. The weapon system in this is kind of similar to the previous ones, isn't it? It's got the same attributes for some of them, like Bolt and Slay and stuff like that.
Yeah, they just added some rebalanced ones. And
yeah. So the way they interact is a bit different. And you get things like Echo, so you... so you hit people and then they explode and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have a decent weapon system. I'd say the weapon system in this is pretty good. Although, because it's the Warriors All-Stars guy, it might be complete shit.
Yeah. Now
that was the thing that really annoyed me about Warriors All-Stars, like, and it wasn't that they didn't have weapons, it was just that the weapon upgrade system is so stupid. You couldn't remove skills, so basically if you made one wrong attribute add, you had to go and find another card. And that annoyed me.
And that's the other thing. Are they going to have different weapons, or is it going to be just you have skills on your character and you level them up and that sort of thing? Are you going to be able to find weapons? And
I can imagine they will, because it gives you because it would give people the choice of if they don't like something, they can just literally go and buy a new weapon. Whereas if you stick it to the character, that makes it a bit more difficult. Although, yeah, it's all up in the air at the moment, isn't it? They could do that, and I'd be thinking, what are you doing? But yeah.
Now I want to bring it back to the costumes. Do you think they're going to add all the old costumes just like they did with this game, or do you think they'll skimp out on that?
I think they'll go for the previous game only. So everybody will have their Samurai Warriors 3 costumes and Dynasty Warriors 7 costumes, and I reckon that'll probably be it.
You don't think they'll add the classics, like Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5, Samurai Warriors 1 and 2?
I don't think they'll be in the game, I think they'll be DLC.
But you think they will be DLC? I think if they do any old costumes, they'll all be DLC. Like, we're only going to have the Samurai Warriors 4 and Dynasty Warriors 8 costumes to begin with, and then 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3 will all be DLC. Samurai Warriors 1, 2, and 3 will all be DLC.
Yeah.
If they do that. Because they haven't been doing a whole lot of that in, like, a lot of their latest games.
Yeah, Yeah, I would kind of agree. Well, I would agree with that, but I'm just trying to keep a little bit of faith.
If they don't do the classics, then I hope they do a lot of originals.
Yeah.
Like, one
Yeah,
thing that I
totally.
always say a lot of game developers need to start doing is they need to take the concept art that their art department does and just put that into DLC. That's money right there.
Yeah. And the thing is, costume DLC is some of the easiest things in the world to do, apparently. It's
Oh, yeah. Like,
very low effort. That's why costume DLC is usually a pre-order bonus.
but I appreciate having loads of costumes because you get to have a little bit of a different experience every time you play as the same character. It's not the same visual aspect.
Yeah.
So I always buy pretty well all of the costume DLCs, unless it's like Dead or Alive, where it's way overpriced. But
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree
like, I
with
don't
that.
even think I have one.
I can't really say I've ever thought about it that way, but yeah. And then obviously it does give you the free choice of if you don't actually like a character's design from the current game they're from. But to be honest, I wouldn't say any of the costumes are particularly bad in Samurai Warriors 4 or Dynasty Warriors 8.
No, like they have a good design, and I don't know if I would say I would necessarily prefer one game's design over another. It's just that you have that variety, that little bit of extra that can keep you playing a couple more stages as the same character.
Yeah.
Like, if you're grinding to get one character up to level 100, or in this game level 1000, you can just
Yeah.
before each battle go to your character select and change your costume.
Yeah. Keeping on the theme of costumes, the character color changer.
I
think that'll make a
fucking
return?
hope they keep that.
Yeah.
And I hope they keep it for the DLC, which I was disappointed they didn't do.
Yeah, I was rather surprised they DLC costumes they couldn't do it for. Which is a bit annoying.
The other thing I would hope for is that it doesn't overwrite the original color palette, because, like, in this game, if you wanted to play as a specific costume as the original color palette, you would have to go back in, re-edit the color palette, and set it to default.
No, because you have a color on the side, don't you, and then a color on the right. You have a color on the left, color on the right, and you can pick one, but you have to go into the color editor and then actually pick it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's no
Okay.
costume. Like, if every character had 10 custom costumes or something like that, that you could
Yeah.
be like, okay, this
Okay,
is
yeah, I
going to
get
be
you.
a green version of Shahodun's Dynasty Warriors 3 costume. And this next slot's going to be a red version of his Dynasty Warriors 6 costume.
Yeah,
think that would be
that'd
cool.
Kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, we are talking about a company that decided to put the save option in the options menu in this game instead of just having it, like, you know, right there in the pause menu. They
Yeah.
do make some half weird decisions, and also this is a company that thought a rare item in Dynasty Warriors 3 should be one that tells you where your horse is. So, yeah, but I mean that was nearly 20 years ago. So
This is also the same company that the pause button is the center of the controller, not the options menu button.
yeah,
That fucked me up when they started using the actual options button for some of their games. It had better be frickin' options in Dynasty or Warriors Orochi 4.
we'll see, won't we?
I'm pretty sure it will be, because that was the button for Berserk, Dragon Quest Heroes.
I think it might even be... No, it's not. I was going to say that's the button for in Spirit Sanada, but that's weapon. That's character swap.
Yeah, but it is the pause button in AllStars.
Yeah. Don't even know what the middle button does in Warriors All-Stars. So long since I played it. Didn't it just bring up the map?
Maybe? I don't know.
Probably be
It's been
somebody
so
like,
long.
Yeah, just this. Yeah. I haven't played it since March of last year, I think. Or May, I don't know.
I think I played it this year sometime. Just played a few stages.
Shame on you.
I play a lot of bad
another-
games.
Another thing I'm going to go from memory is, I believe in the season pass they also have a couple new divine instrument types, which I'm not actually sure what that means. So I'm not sure if you can, if there's like, I'm not sure if you can change the divine instrument for each character. So for Gracia, apparently it's the bow. So I wonder if I was like Kai, I could change whatever she's going to have to the bow. I presume you should be able to.
I don't know. I wonder if they'll keep it as like only this character can only use this one, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they
I
said there's a
haven't
certain
really
amount
looked
of types,
into
so that
that.
might not even mean what we said earlier, that they're going to have 140 new attacks.
Yeah, like I haven't looked too much into that. Like I'm holding a lot of that back so that I can go in and just keep my expectations as open as possible. But I still have a lot of speculation with what they're going to do with the game in general.
Yeah. I probably should have said this when we started, but I don't... My general expectation of this game is that I don't think it will be bad, simply based on the fact that it's being based on, you know, Samurai Warriors 4 and 8, and those were generally good games. Warriors Orochi is just, you know, a load of dumb fun. I don't think there's a chance of it being bad, but then I don't... From what I've seen so far, I don't think it's going to be overly amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it'll hit the same spot as Warriors Orochi 3.
No.
But it'll definitely keep up my attention.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm going to keep my expectations relatively sort of in the middle. Yeah, so I'd like to be sort of proved wrong. I'd like to see him actually make like the best Warriors game from this. Although from the footage I've seen, they haven't even got the voice lines all sorted out, so...
Oh?
No, because there's like footage and the characters appearing on screen talking are like different from who is actually talking.
Oh, good.
It's pretty weird. So yeah, I think they're still in the process of like localizing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and that brings us on to the topic of, well, this is going to be a relatively short one, I reckon. English dubs.
Nope.
Yeah,
We're not going to get one.
I didn't think you were going to say that. I didn't think you were going to say there were going to be English dubs. Which,
considering the backlash that Dynasty Warriors 9 had, I don't think they'll ever do English dubs ever again.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. So the whole thing about do you remember about Bethesda and Doom and stuff, and they weren't giving out review copies to sort of anybody.
Yep.
And then Doom came out and it was good, and then Bethesda used that as an excuse for like, it's a business practice that works, so we're going to keep doing it. I think that's Koei's thing now. Like, people didn't like the dubs in Dynasty Warriors 9, so because people didn't like it, we're not going to do any more. I think that's the direction they're going.
And the thing is, it wasn't as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. Like, there are definitely worse games, even now, that have terrible voice acting. there were definitely bad actors in there, but there were good actors as well. Like, you have your mix.
Yeah, the majority of the female cast were pretty tolerable. I'll give them that.
There was a couple male
like
characters too.
Sun Shang was quite good, I think. Shin Shang Yang was quite good as well.
I didn't mind Cao Cao. I thought his voice matched pretty decently. Yuan Shao, his actor
Yuan
was
Shao,
good.
Yuan Shao, I'd agree with. Yuan Shu as well was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I did not like Shahadun.
I think there's quite a lot of some of the new characters. Because we haven't had the old voices, I'm not too bothered about them. Like Hua
I
Xiong.
didn't like Xiu Sung.
No, I don't. I can't remember his voice. Like I
just
weirdly
sounded
like
so-
Hua Xiong's voice. Like it's crap, but I somehow enjoy that. 'Cause it's just so sort of over the top. It's like, I'm gonna kill you.
It's kind of like Lu Bu's Dynasty Warriors 3 voice actor.
Words
Kind
are
of, yeah.
nasally and...
Jortron. I was trying to do a Sean Connery impression then.
Quick, fetch me red hair.
Fetch me the red hair. I enjoyed Guan Yu in that game because he sounded as black as he should be. Just every Dynasty Warriors game, they need to make him sound as black as possible. That's a really weird thing to say, but it's just... I don't know, Dynasty Warriors 4 is just top notch. I mean, I did a live stream the other day and we talked about that, like... So, enemy officer defeated! So,
I don't know why, I just... Oh my god. My brain goes to a terrible, very racist place when you say Guan Yu should sound as black as possible.
But he does... It's weird to say, he just does sound like it, though, in 9, doesn't he? And in 4.
I can't quite remember, like... The only memorable voice that I can think of with that kind of sound is, like, Zhang Fei's weirdly pitch-shifted voice. Like, it sounds so edited.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you something. You know Kratos in God of War? Well, actually, the previous collection of games and then the newest one, he's a white guy, but is voiced by a black guy. And he sounds like it as well. So that's the kind of thing I'm getting with Guan Yu.
Yeah. Well, I understood what you were saying. It's just
Yeah. You just
brain.
thought it was funny. It's just my way of explaining it.
I don't think they'll ever go back to English voice acting unless it's kind of a collaboration title like Fire Emblem Warriors, Dragon Quest Heroes, and it's the publisher decides to foot the bill for it.
Yeah, I think because Koei at the point they really want to just cut as many corners as possible to reduce production costs. I think they're not going to do it again.
But
And like
you know
I
what
said,
would
I think... Go on.
You know what would help them cut corners is have whatever character they are voiced by that native language. Like if you're making a Dynasty Warriors game, have them all voiced in Chinese. You don't have to localize it other than changing the text. If you're making Samurai Warriors, have them all voiced Japanese.
Yeah, but they won't do that though, will they? Because they're a Japanese company, so that would just piss off their Japanese fan base. I can see what you're getting at.
But they have an American and a European firm. I think they have a Chinese firm now, don't they? Or at least a location in China.
I think so. I think... Didn't they shut down... No, I'm just trying to think. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of something else. The American corporation, the one that actually made Legends of Troy, they shut down.
Oh, that was a Canadian one.
Yeah, didn't they?
They shut. Yep.
Yeah, so only people. So they're on par with the European side of the company, which only do like the translations and stuff. They don't actually make any games.
the Canadian side used to port games. They made Fatal Inertia,
Yeah. And
Legend
now
of
they
Troy.
don't make any games at all. They literally just do the localization and the public marketing and stuff.
Yeah,
as far
I
as I'm
think
aware.
I think they are missing an opportunity because, like, it's a different market in each
Yeah.
region. Like, I remember reading a North American PlayStation magazine and seeing Dynasty Warriors getting literally the worst reviews, and then reading a European PlayStation magazine and them being like, "Oh, Dynasty Warriors is good." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it varies, doesn't it? It's a bit disappointing.
yeah, like I see a lot more of the Koei Tecmo community in Europe. Like, that's
Yeah.
where most of the activity is. But
Yeah, although there's more Koei YouTubers that are in America than there is Europe,
yeah,
as far as I'm aware. There's like three people in Europe, as far as I'm aware, and then everybody else is like from the US, and then there's you in Canada.
the
Although
only
that being said,
Canadian warrior.
the top Koei YouTuber is from Thailand, I believe.
Oh,
Got 100 and something thousand subscribers.
damn.
Yes, and they've done what, like 3 videos on Dynasty Warriors 9, and they haven't played it again. They've actually gone back to 8, and I just thought that was quite funny. So yeah,
I think we've exhausted a lot of the speculation that we can make for Warriors Orochi 4.
yeah, I think so.
Like, I imagine there's going to be other things that we can mention down the road, especially when we start hearing a lot more information.
Oh yeah. Well, we still have one more stage to go, so yes, let's. I'm trying to think. What else is there to talk about? You did say there were some more things you wanted to say, but
Yeah, it's like just on the tip of my tongue.
no
God.
words.
I suck at, trying to talk with purpose without a script.
Yeah, I do the same. Oh, for God's sake, I'm going to go around, aren't I? Damn it. Who should I play as? Kyubi, probably. Yeah, I did a live stream the other day, and most of the words were and and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, when I did my live stream, I was so happy that there was one person in the chat that just kept commenting, so that kept up the conversation.
Yeah.
That way it wasn't just,
Yeah, I had, 20 to 30 people in mine, and it was a constant stream of text, so I had lots to read.
Yeah, I had 5 when I did my stream. Not everybody can be popular like you.
No, I wouldn't even say 30 was popular, but it's not even on 700 views, that video, at the moment. So I'm kind of disappointed, but then I'm also grateful for my just fan base being there anyway. So
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
I don't get any money from it, so I'm not too bothered.
Yeah, I get money. I have Patreon. I'm not ashamed of that. But I'm using it to either upgrade my equipment or buy games that people might want to see on the channel.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about saving up and getting that Samurai Warriors Pachinko game for PS3.
Yeah, I've been tempted to set up a Patreon, but only when I have a steady stream of sort of regular content going on the channel, like regular reviews, because so far I said I'd do 10 reviews by the middle of the year, and I've done 2.
Yeah, that's why I was like, especially right now when I'm trying to plan a wedding and I work a full-time job. I cut back from doing monthly reviews to, well, now I'm doing twice weekly Let's Plays. It just
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that I've opened the floodgates to Let's Play challenges, because I've got a few that some viewers have submitted, and I actually recorded one the other day, and I failed it.
Well done.
Hmm?
I said well done.
Yeah. It was Warriors Orochi 2 on Chaos,
Right.
or whatever the hardest difficulty is.
Yeah, chaos.
No Muso. Not allowed to use Muso, not allowed to use the special attacks and that kind of stuff. And just
Right.
naturally, I used a Muso attack. And I just kept talking, and then I looked down and I saw my Muso bar was empty, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's the thing about Warriors Orochi. I never actually, well, when it's a Samurai Warriors character, I never use a Musou attack, or in just 1 and 2 in general. I just never use them. Maybe it's just
I
my
tend to,
playstyle.
if there's a lot of enemies around, I'll just use it to clear them out. Especially
Yeah.
in the 360 version, because you have to try to keep the lag down as low as possible.
Oh, Orochi's appeared somewhere. Oh, hang on, I was going to say, why is there 2 new wars and now I have 3 people just following me? What the fuck?
One Nuwa is an enemy.
Yeah, I've seen that. But there's actually 3, because I had one sort of following me as a clone thing.
Weird.
Unless it's one of my special abilities, but I can't remember that.
I'm playing as Nuwa,
Yeah.
so
no, it was-
maybe...
well, I had Shin Yong and Fushi following me as well. You'll see it in the footage anyway. Oh, bloody hell,
Okay.
look at all these guys. I have no intention of dying here. Whee! Gyuki. So yeah, I think that probably wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got anything else to say?
I just hope that, Koei listens to the fans of all the regions, not just Japan, and, makes educated decisions.
Oh, one thing I actually want to mention is that it just came up on my thing. The bond system.
Yep,
Do you think that will return?
probably. I mean, it's kind of inconsequential whether it returns or it doesn't.
Yeah. It's
But,
just sort
I
of
think that-
character building, isn't it?
I think it will return because it's something that's easy to implement, but I won't be hurt if they leave it out.
Or whether or not they'll just have like unique dialogue across, just in stages instead, and just completely omit that. Because I mean, it just adds so much like voice lines, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind having unique voice lines for different stages. Like if you're running up to Orochi on the last stage, all of your characters will say something different.
Yeah.
But that's more voice acting, more writing. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. I think the only thing that'd be a problem in that for me is if they do the bond system the way they did in Warriors AllStars, which was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, when you have to do the bonds either way. But not as stupid as having to buy attacks in Samurai Warriors Spirit Sanada.
I don't know why they did that. Like,
That's like easily my biggest gripe with that game.
yeah, like, and then you also have to buy the level up upgrades. Like,
And more.
oh, you reached level 10. Now you have to pay 10,000 gold in order to get to level 11.
Yeah, and it's really and it's I'm trying to think of the word.
It's just
It's a hassle, isn't it?
yeah, it's extending the gameplay in the wrong way. Like,
Yeah.
I forget what people call it. It's like fake difficulty, but
Artificial or something. Yeah, I think.
yeah.
I don't know. The thing that got me is like the previous 3 games. Well, Empire's had you get everybody's attacks straight away, and
Yeah.
Except for Misobars, that's like the only thing you don't get straight away. And then in the other 2 games, you as you were playing and you leveled up, you immediately got the attacks in battle which you could use. And I think they've actually done that since Samurai Warriors 2, and then they just went and changed it for some bizarre reason. And the thing is, compared to the other games, you have to be level 30 to get every attack, and that's mental. You have to be that high level to get every single attack.
If they do keep the leveling of your moveset in Warriors Orochi 4, I hope they keep it attached to your level, and as you're playing through the stage, you continue to increase your level and increase your combo. Because, I don't know, I absolutely hate every single time starting up a new Warriors game and only having that 4-hit combo.
Yeah.
That's the most annoying thing of starting a new Warriors game, that after you've played hours and hours into the last one.
I'm playing through Dynasty Warriors 4 again on PC this time, and like that is just like a bit of a pain to sort of try and get all the moves.
Yeah, I've been playing through. Every now and then I'll load up 4 or 5 on the original Xbox. I'm just enjoying the up-res graphics on that system. But it's just such a hassle to get back into it when you know you could just throw in a game that you already have those movesets.
Yeah. And obviously, was it Samurai Warriors 1 had it linked to the weapons?
Yep.
So that was pretty weird. Hopefully they don't do that. Also, going back to the weapon system, I wonder if they'll have the compatibility thing as well. So obviously you had the weapon, and then you get the more you use it, you get slightly more damage.
I imagine
kind of
they'll
hoping-
keep that, because
Yeah,
that's been
I really
in the... Has that been in since the first Warriors Orochi game, or Warriors Orochi 2? I know it was in 2.
No, in the first 2 they have it as a upgradable thing for the weapon in there. So it's not from you using it; it's from
Oh yeah.
from adding it yourself by using another weapon.
Yeah.
Which
No, I think that they should keep that, because that's a really nice system. It makes you really want to use your new weapons.
Yeah, certainly agree in it. And then it sort of promotes an economy in the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, and especially when you have like a bunch of really good weapons, you want to kind of try to keep them around the same level, so that if you change your weapon, you're not losing all of that attack in doing so. So I don't know, when I'm playing through a character and I have like 5 of their big star weapons, I'm switching back and forth when I start up a new stage.
Yeah. The only thing with the big star weapons is like the can't even think of the words of it. The base damage is so low.
Yeah, but you just start off play one of the early stages so that you can survive, and
A very cheap method of doing things. Or you just have Gaiuki in your thing, and then he has the is it aptitude or what's the other weapon skill? One of Dodomaki or Goyuki or whatever they're called, the Orochi generics have a skill that increases the weapon compatibility.
yeah, I usually put that on until they're maxed out.
Yeah.
It takes up a slot, but it's worth it.
Yeah. So I think that is probably it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say. I think we've said a lot of things. We've touched on the omission of a lot of the guest characters. What do you think the stages are going to be like? Do you think they're going to continue doing the mixed stages? Are they going to have any new stages?
They've already shown off some of those. They've done the Battle of... what's it? Battle of Yan Province, is it? Which is the one in Dynasty Warriors 8 where you... I'm trying to think. As Cao Cao's forces, you fight in Liu Bei, but he like runs away, and it's the one where you capture Guan Yu.
It's not. Is that Changban? No.
No, not Changban, is
No.
it? It's a stage in Lu Bu's story as well. It's like the first hypothetical stage where Diao Chan rejoins. Battle of Shu Province, I think.
Maybe?
Yeah, but
I
whichever,
can't
they've
remember.
shown that stage and the top bit is like replaced. And there's been a few screenshots of stages, and they've got like Greek stuff around it. So I think they're going to go for the mixed stages. But I'm wondering how many, how many original stages they'll go for. Hopefully they go for a lot,
Yeah.
because the Samurai Wars 4 stages are getting a bit stale now.
Yeah, and even Dynasty Warriors 8, I've played through so many of those stages multiple times. And
At least one of the games, well, sort of at least two of the games that's based off Dynasty Warriors 8. One of them's a mobile game, and the other one is a sort of RPG, well, a tactics game, isn't it?
Mm.
So at least we're not sort of getting exactly the same experience playing that, compared to Samurai Warriors 4 and its expansions, which are literally the same stages.
Yeah, but Warriors Orochi 3 had quite a few original stages, but it seemed like they had to go through all of those versions in order to amass all of those, too.
Yeah.
So, there's another
Yeah,
question.
'cause-
Do you think they'll put out Warriors Orochi 4 Hyper and Warriors Orochi 4 Special and... Or...
I don't... If I'm honest, I don't think so. Because I reckon they would have done that with Warriors AllStars by adding, like, Diao Chan and 4 of the other characters that are in that stupid poll.
Yeah, I think they realized how little people cared about Warriors All-Stars, and they just
Yeah.
didn't put out those DLC characters, which I am...
Yeah, I think that
Very
might have been
disappointed
some of
about.
it, that it was... I mean, it's mediocre. I think I said that in my review. It's a mediocre game, but I don't think it sold that well, or, you know, people really gave a shit, because they just wanted Warriors Orochi 4.
Yeah. That'll be the other thing, like, if they do decent enough with Warriors Orochi 4, are they going to do Warriors All-Stars 2? And, like, are they going to continue the weird story mode, or are they going to go back to the way Warriors Orochi is and try to make Warriors All-Stars at least a good series?
It's hard to say. I think they have the intention of it making it a series at least, because the whole thing about the removal of the guest characters, they want to separate it. So Warriors All-Stars has guest characters, which to me, the way they worded it, implied they want that as a series. But having the same producer for both series seems like really weird.
Well,
I would have had... Sorry.
that would at least allow it for... So we won't get a Warriors All-Stars and a Warriors Orochi in the same time period.
Yeah.
Because my wallet needs a break, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing, like, they can only release so many games a year and not get people burned out on playing them.
Like, I'm a collector. I've already got Warriors Orochi 4 pre-ordered for all 3 consoles.
Bloody hell. Warriors Orochi 4 is the only one which I haven't actually pre-ordered a treasure box for. So
I was going to, and then the exchange and the shipping and all of that, nope, my wallet was not having
the
that.
shipping went up for me the other day. So like, oh, you paid for this shipping, but now FedEx have increased their prices, so you now owe us $70. I was like, fuck you know. So yeah.
Yeah, like, I went to go pre-order it, and it was like, oh, that'll be like $500.
Bloody hell.
And I was like, I have a wedding to pay for, so no.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it comes out.
that-
It comes
Go on.
out after the wedding, but
Yeah.
all the treasure boxes will be probably
Yeah,
spoken
we don't
for.
come out until like what, October?
Yeah,
So yeah, we've still got a little while to go.
I think it comes out literally a week before my birthday, maybe 2 weeks.
Ah. So that's what you can do on your birthday, live stream Warriors Orochi 4.
I don't even know what day of the week my birthday is.
Neither do I.
I have no more vacation days at work, so I can't take it off.
Aww.
I had to take my wedding days off, but that'll be worth it.
Actually,
I'll-
just going back to
I'll
something we mentioned
sacrifice my
first.
birthday.
Sorry?
I'll sacrifice my birthday for my wedding.
I was going to say, going back to something we actually mentioned at the beginning of the game, I just remembered something. So characters like Noir and Fushi don't have X attacks, do they? However, Yinglong and Human Nezza do. So, I'm thinking that the older characters might actually get an overhaul or get some new attacks.
Yeah, they should, at least.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
to
Fushi,
even them out.
Fushi actually changed one of his combos from Warriors Orochi 1 to 2, or is it 2 to 3? I can't remember. One of them he changes his first triangle attack.
I think in 3, he was able to, like, you were able to press it and do one move, and then hold it and do another move. I think
Yeah.
that's how that works.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know if
in-
that was for 2 as well.
Yeah, but in 3 he he like swings his sword from right to left, doesn't he? Like around him like a circle, and then he like
Yeah.
swings all the way around and then slashes down, doesn't he? But in Warriors Orochi, well, he wasn't actually in Warriors Orochi 1, was he? So in Warriors Orochi 2, he does like an upward strike to his right, and then he does an upward strike to his left.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so he has different attacks. So, like, I have literally
Yeah.
no idea why I'm remembering this.
Fushi's...
Whereas Nuwar's kept the same combo since, what, Dynasty Warriors 4?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, she has like 3 chain attacks in her moveset out of 6 attacks. Dodgy. So
Yeah, I think Nuwa's moveset has been the same since 4.
except for the charge 5.
Yes, they changed that to kind of...
Do the
Have the
tornado
same feeling.
slam thingy, didn't they?
Yeah. Okay, I just switched to Shahudun, who is apparently at the bottom right-hand corner of the map, and I just snapped back to where you are.
How strange. Oh, and one probably final thing about movesets is characters in Samurai Warriors 4, special characters have the ability buff on their final combo.
Yep.
I wonder if that will actually make a return. Because obviously their actual R1 abilities aren't in Warriors Orochi, are they?
Well, maybe their new R1 moves will be something to a similar effect.
Maybe, hopefully. Mind you,
That way
Nose
they're-
didn't actually do that effect, did it? I can't remember what it did.
I just don't use No very often.
How dare you? She's the best character.
I hate her moveset. I just loathe it with a passion.
Her Musou's pretty terrible. Well, actually, her Musou prior to Samurai Warriors 4 is pretty bad. Then
I can't
Samurai
even
Warriors
remember
4
what
and she
they've-
became like an amazing character. For me at least. I just like her design, I like the whole thing about that character. And
Oh, I like
that-
her design and her personality. I just don't like using
Yeah.
her.
That is my so I did a video on Sun Shang and if they should change her, but my next one's going to be about No now. I've decided.
Yeah, I haven't watched the Sun Shang one yet. It's in my watch later list though. I actually created a separate playlist for friends and people I know on YouTube so that I can at least keep up with them.
Yeah.
Because I used to just have like all of my new music, all of like the big famous YouTubers that I follow, like the Completionist,
Yeah.
Pro Jared, like all of them, and all of my friends. And my watch later list was like 500 videos.
Bloody hell.
Now I've
Mind
split
you-
it.
Yeah. Mind you,
So-
like when I have a day off, I literally just do nothing but watch videos. Like, well, lately anyway, I don't even bother to make my own. Kind of lazy, but still.
Oh, my days off are usually working.
Crikey.
Yep. This is what happens when you are an adult and you have to pay bills and do grocery
Yeah,
shopping.
pretty much. Right, I think that's probably about it, isn't it?
Yep. Once I start
Um,
singing, that pretty much means I have nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm it's what, like 1:30? Yeah, probably.
Half one?
In the morning.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm in the UK, aren't I?
Yes. Let's get this over with and
I'm
get you the
way
fuck
ahead
to sleep.
of you. Right. Escape Kyubi. I think that's how you pronounce her name anyway.
Alright, so I think this is the longest fucking video I've had on my channel, with the exception of the
Probably.
stream I just uploaded.
And you said we'd have be able to do 2 videos.
Yeah, well, we would have been able to do like 3 or 4 if we knew what the fuck we were talking about.
Exactly. So, yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Let us know what you think in the comment sections of each of our videos.
Yes,
Um,
and don't forget to check out our channels.
Yeah, I'll leave a link to Chris's channel in my description box.
And I'll leave a link to Sex Gravy, both on screen and in the description.
So yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, and I will see you all down in the comments doing my sign off because I can. Bye-bye. Okay, now I have to stop the recording.